Hello again, what's up everybody, Alex or Dark Duelist here, and welcome back to another Mineplex news video. Here we are. So as you guys can see, a bunch of you have probably noticed this in the lobby, and if you do not already know for yourself, it is a gem fountain. I will be explaining more about that later. So basically, recently, Mineplex had made an update with including weekend brawl, treasure shards for playing, and just a bunch of small bug fixes in different types of games and all sorts of new stuff. But the first thing I will be talking about is this weekend brawl. So basically what weekend brawl is there is basically a giant fountain, gem fountain right here, and it's in all the lobbies. As you can see, I'm in lobby 2, and if you can go to any of the other lobbies and it will be there, and I believe it is the same through all lobbies. That means if one is active in one lobby, then they'll all be active. So basically what there is there's this fountain keeper guy. He's a villager that stands on this pedestal 24/7 every day, right? No? Okay, well, yeah, that's right. So anyways, basically once a ton of people come, and you can actually donate gems. Of course, right now it's not active, so I can't actually show you, but basically you can donate gems to this nice man over here, the fountain keeper, and basically once enough gems have been donated, this shrine thingy will activate, and a crazy variation of Mineplex games will be active. So right now it is OP bridges. I will probably be making a video on some OP bridges later today, so yeah, expect that to be coming out soon. I'm really excited. I haven't actually tried it before, but basically each time it gets activated, there will be some new crazy variations. Some of the variations mentioned on the Mineplex forums were Sheep Quest with Champions kits, OP Gladiators, and then they said the first weekend is OP Bridges here. And then also, as you guys can see here, Weekend Brawl is active from Friday to Sunday, 3 times experience in the brawl. So that's really awesome. I think that this is a great way just for people with excess gems like me, kind of 108,000 gems, and I already have all the kits, like all the buyable kits for all the games pretty much. And so I think this is a great way for people to, spend their gems now and have, different games. And I also think it's going to be fun to have, new variations of games like OP games, kind of like twisted games. And so I definitely think it is a great addition. Okay, the next thing that I want to talk about is treasure shards for playing. So, lots of people have been complaining about how chests are too hard to get. I mean, look at this. Illuminated chest, 20,000 treasure shards. So, other than pretty much getting your monthly bonus or buying money, there's not really a good way to get treasure shards. I mean, of course, you can get some from the treasure shard party bombs, and you can get some for doing well in games, but that is very hard, and even when you do get it, it's in very small amounts. So now they give you treasure shards for playing. So basically what that means is whenever you play a game, however many gems you get before Gem Hunter, this is very important. So let's say you got 90 gems in total, right? Then your Gem Hunter makes it 360. It only counts as 90. But basically, it takes however many gems you got, and it also gives you the same amount of treasure shards. So basically, if you play high gem rewarding games, you can get high treasure shards, and basically, wait, that just sounded weird, but basically, you can get tons of treasure shards, making it a lot easier for people with no ranks or ranked people to just get lots of more chests faster and easier. And it also adds another good way to kind of grind out for stuff on certain games. So I think that this is another great addition, 10 out of 10. I was really wanting to get some of these illuminated chests, but I didn't have enough, so I'm definitely 100% glad that you can earn treasure shards as a reward for playing. So, the next thing is there were a bunch of bug fixes. So, one of the bug fixes, I'm going to just go through all of them pretty fast and just say what I think about them. So, jumpers in One in the Quiver can no longer keep a fully charged bow when they switch items. This means that there's a glitch that if you switch items in the jumper kit in one end of the quiver, you could go back to your bow and then just like release and it actually shoot. It was kind of weird. Not really many people knew how to do it, so it wasn't really much of a problem, but I guess, you know, they thought it was enough of a problem to change it. By the way, guys, all of these are coming straight from www.mineplex.com. I'll leave a link down in this description. That is the Mineplex forums, and it has all these updates in pretty good detail, and it also has this list of bug fixes. So yeah, I'll just put a link up here on the screen, and for anybody on mobile devices, the link will be in the description. So anyways, now spectators no longer get stuck in Mineplex. I think this is really good because sometimes, you know, when you're on Minestrike, or at least when I'm on Minestrike, when I'm flying around super fast, for some reason it just teleports me up to the top, and I assume that's what they mean by getting stuck, because then you can't really get anywhere. So this is definitely great. I hated that bug/glitch, so yeah. So now entities are removed from master builders when the build receives the failure rating. So many people who play master builders know that basically when enough people rate a building poorly, then then it blows up and it says failure. But the weird thing is, the mobs actually do not blow up. They just stay there walking around or flying around or whatever type of mob it is. So now those mobs will disappear when it's blowing up. I don't really have much to say to this. I mean, they got rid of a bug, so that's good. Players can no longer get items stuck in item frames from death tag. I believe this was an issue that in death tag, sometimes you could get your sword, bow, arrow, axe, whatever, stuck in an item frame and not out. So this is very inconvenient for archers and brawlers. Of course, traders can hit with their hands, so it doesn't really matter. This has never personally happened to me before, and I've seen it happen to a couple other people, but, you know, just don't click on the item frames. But overall, I guess, I mean, it helps some people, so yeah. So now, ice no longer melts in Master Builders. I think this is really good because the few times I've played Master Builders, and whenever, you know, it's like snowman, igloo, anything really that relates to snow, whenever you put ice, you can't put torches, glowstone, you know, anything like that near the ice. And so I think that this is a pretty good bug fix. Now, on to one of my favorite bug fix, maybe even the favorite. Players in bridges can no longer use buckets to reach the center before the map drops. I think that this is great because I've seen so many people exploiting with this. I actually see more people exploit with the door, but I actually have seen quite a bit of people exploit with the water and the water bucket strategy. So I think that this is pretty good. So players can no longer AFK infinitely in the game to earn XP. I know a ton of people who have done this. They just go like AFK in a bomb lobbers or Minestrike or some high XP rewarding game like that, and they just grind XP like all night, you know, when they're, so basically they can just, I believe this is bannable now, and I think that this is good. I mean, I haven't done this before unless it's been on accident, and even then I just usually try to leave the game if I'm in a rush to go somewhere. But it is very frustrating when like your teammate or someone on your team is just AFK, because then, you know, it means you have one less player, you know, another liability, all that, and it's really annoying. So I'm glad of this. So parties can no longer hop on Minestrike games to earn free gems. I know a ton of, and XP. So I know a ton of people who like MS hop. Basically what MS hopping is it's going to Minestrike games almost at the very end, so you just stay for like a couple minutes, yet you earn full XP and gems. And so this was a way I believe some people got to level 100. I'm not going to say any names, and I'm not actually sure, but this is a way I know a ton of people just use to grind XP really fast. And I think it is kind of unfair because, you know, they're not actually playing the game. So, thumbs up for that. So, yeah, that is pretty much all of the bug fixes and updates that were added. If you guys want to check it out for yourselves, as I said, link is in the description. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of Mineplex News. If you did not already know everything, smash the like button down below. And if you did, smash the dislike button. JK, no. Actually, if you did know everything, then dislike this video because you probably didn't like it. And if you have any questions or comments or concerns, comment down below. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, see you next time.